Remember in my 4 years of tertiary, when I was in tertiary, I only missed class once, and I thought that that class is 1 hour later, can't it's earlier, and I was not right about it. I even had to go to the clinic and say that I'm ill just so that I can get a sick note. It's because like everything that was coming down on me was my reputation. Like I really, no matter how small I can be, or even my class or my profile, but I still protect my image. So I knew that I got so much respect from my lectures, and every one of them, they knew me. They knew how, like, my attitude, how I can behave in class and all that. So for me to miss a class, it was not me. So it's either they were concerned and they were like, oh, they were maybe like, hey, now she got to varsity, now she can miss class, of which that's not what I really want. As much as people's opinions, they don't matter, but then there's exactly area of your life where they matter. So I had to lie. I know that I had to do bad by trying to fix the good, but I just went to ma'am and I said, the reason I missed your class is because of this. So just I just, so that I can just have that peace and know that she must know that I didn't miss it on purpose. Yeah. So please don't take the classes lightly. Especially, but other people, they will say, you nah, I can't hear what, like, I just can't. I rather study at my own time and all do that. But you are not really covering all. You are not, how do I say this? It's part of your process, and you might not be aware that you are earning experience. You are earning skills to be in that class. It's just not about a book and a paper and the letters in it. It's not about that. It's about also the interaction. That's why you can handle pressure. Just imagine missing three classes for 3 weeks. When you go to class, then you can see all this energy that is just actually a normal energy in everyday class, and then now you start having this panic attacks, you get anxious. It's because you are not there when they started, and now they have become a family while you are not part of that. So attend classes, whether you can hear that. Focus and try to really get what that person is trying to say. If not, you also make it that's, I know that might be a double work, but then we have all came across that. You make notes of what they were trying to say, but you're actually not understanding it. Or sometimes you don't actually, and that's a very common thing. I'm very sure we tend to not, we don't actually prepare for a class. We don't prepare a chapter or that module prior to the class. You rather do it later, maybe 3 weeks or 2 weeks before you write exam. Try it and get back to me. Well, if you study at that chapter before you go to that, if you know that tomorrow it will be about environmental sustainability, familiarize yourself with the chapter of environmental sustainability. When that person talks, it won't be like, now this is a foreign language, I can't get it. You will, and you will keep on saying, you will keep on noting, oh yeah, oh, now you make additional notes. Have that blank page where you say, I used to say Mr. Thomas lecture notes, and everything that he says, I know that I might have not included in my notes, or it's something that actually this is how I would like to construct or build my answer when it comes to answering the questions in the exam. I would want to write it like this. I remember I also made a video about it, that be attentive, listen, and try to also be observant on how these lectures, they would like you to answer the question. I always did that way, even especially online during COVID-19. The lecturer would like to have that question, and the answer, the memorandum would come like the answers are in red. When I was given assignment, I made my answers in red. I wanted to show that lecture, and it's my favorite. I wanted to show that lecture that, you know what, I am with you. And I have now picked up your style, and I have now picked up your interest on how you really like us to answer the questions. So even the structure of my assignment, the way I was tabulating my answers and giving because it's now like you're finding what the problem that you have found in the assignment or in the exam, and this is now your proposal, the recommendation on how the corrective action could be taken. I made that in red. And I knew that the memorandum will come like that. So it's those little things that you think they don't matter, they do really matter. Be careful of that. Thank you very much. The other thing that I wanted to touch on, I have a lot now going on in my mind. Even like my speech, I'm starting to not be organized with that. But I really hope that answers you. And if you have anything, you can also say. But don't stop me, class.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Kotso. Hi from Botswana.
Hello, South African. Okay. My question is, how do you deal with being in a group? Like, there are a lot of group assignments that you deal with, assessment thing, and then you have those kind of people who are not keen to participate in those group assignments, and then you are left alone there. And when you try to talk to them or say, guys, we should meet up and finish up this because the tests are nearing, and the answer that I normally get from my experience is, you can handle it. And then when you talk to the lecturer, they'll tell you that don't include them in the write-up. And I have this, I don't know if it's a good heart or it's stupidity, that I cannot exclude them. There's that conscience in me that what will happen to these people if I don't include them? They're obviously going to get zeros, and where does that leave them? And it's really taking a toll on me because I've experienced this since the last semester. Even now, I'm still trying to deal with it. I'm not getting anywhere with it. Have you ever experienced it, and how did you deal with it?
Thank you so much for your question. I believe that everyone would have those group mates who just couldn't care less. They feel like, you know what, when we have Tlamel or when we have Khotso, we know that all is taken care of. They will just be slave from the beginning until the end. And then Nane, I was fair enough to myself and even to them. They might see it as being unfairness. First, what I'm going to do first, the minute I realize that we are not now contributing at least equally, or the energy that we give to our assignment, and even like sometimes the first time to pick it up is when they say, yo, now if I just get 50%, there are those students, and even from the beginning, you will know that the minute they allocate, sometimes they allocate, sometimes you do it by yourself. When you do it by yourself, it's at least it's nice because you know who to pick. And I was very picky. I knew that and they even knew that I wouldn't choose them. They know why I wouldn't choose them, because our aims are not the same. There's a one who aims for 50% and 51% is a distinction. You see? So from myself, for myself, I know that I wouldn't choose those ones. But if you get you don't have choice but to take what is allocated to you. After you're gonna consult with a lecturer, you say that, okay, so far now it has been 2 weeks given the assignment. There's no progress. The only person that is making progress is myself and Palesa. You see, and you're going to ask the lecturer, how do we go on about this? Because now I knew that at least that there was that fairness amongst us on the treatment that you give, or the contribution that you give. It's exactly what you're going to get. So the group leader would make a table down that from 1 to 6 members, the person who contributed 100%, this one who was just there consistently, and he was there all the time contributing, just like you, Koto, you know that person is going to get 100%. The other one, you can just like you are the leader, most. It's more like you could a boss. So you know, then I would just think, okay, so she deserves 30%. I give 30%. If that person contributed 10%, I take out 10%. I don't care how that person feels, but then why must now become like that person who's, I know that it might be difficult to do, but from me, because of the energy that I received, because of what you gave me, let me just give you that. You see, so it needs to be that way. Don't feel like you are being a bad person. Remember the independency. It's not only applicable to you, but it's also applicable to that person. They need to be independent enough to know that I am here and I'm here to win it. Or if they go down, they go down. You are not there. It's fine. It's fine. It should be that way. And it's not like you are not doing any justice to them. That's just even how incorporate word works. Teamwork, sometimes you would have those clashes and you would have to face the music. So let those people face the music. As long as you know that you have consulted with the lecturer on how they are behaving, how they are not contributing, or how small they are contributing, what can we do about it? Because honestly, I wouldn't like my work alone to now have to for these people to get similar percentages to what I did. You see, so I'm not sure how like is the policy or the rules on that about groups, but then they shouldn't get equal marks as you. They should not. It's either those people, they get changed and you get the people of your choice, the people you know that they're going to work well with you. But then that doesn't also like, because remember that here we are being groomed to become better leaders, better associate in corporate world. So having to now have to dodge that and not face it, it's not also like when I'm just now stating it out there that it's not solving the problem. But then I hope that you took my advices. I think it's about 2 or 3. Remember to consult with the lecturer and ask him on what do we do now if this is the situation. If they say contribute the marks according to like the contribution, do that. You are the leader, and have no like pity about that feeling that oh this one that just that don't go back and say but this person contributed last time, she was maybe and tell them, those people, that this is what I'm working on now, so if you're not really willing to change, this is how it's going to result. Thank you so much.
I understand it all.
Hi,
Thank you
Sulu.
very much.
You're welcome, Kwatsalo.
Hello.
Hi, I can hear you, Sulu.
Okay. I hope you're all good and stuff. The problem, and like it's not a problem. It's a question. So I want to ask. Like next year, I'm going to varsity. So it's a new environment, and I would like to know, like, is it better if I get into res or go live somewhere near the place or what? Like, I don't understand. Is it better if kidla go res? Is it better if kidla go student accommodation? Because which one is better for me?
Okay, I'm going to say that whether you are at the campus res or you are at the private accommodation, I believe that private accommodation accommodates students like you. So if you are running away from something, from the res, you definitely going to find it where you're going. So rather face it. I'm not sure like why you are like now in dilemma of having to have the private accommodation or the campus accommodation. The only difference is that the other one is accredited to NSFAS and maybe like the payments and all that, but then the nature, the fundamentals, everything about it, it's the same. So just wherever you go, know that the environment, it gets to be the way you want it to be. It depends on you, on how you want your space to be. Remember, I know that it's a public space, it's a huge one, but you do have that one that is yours, and how do you protect that? That's what it matters.
Okay. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Hello, colleagues.
Hi, Dimi.
Hi.
How are you?
We are so good, thank you.
Yeah, I just want to compliment the presentation. What you are doing, it's very good. And I also advise my friend, I think, to manage to join ambulance when here. Actually, I need an advice as well. I'm currently busy with the master's in mathematics education, but I decided to join this presentation because I want to be motivated. I think like I'm not yet motivated. I'm kind of lazy. So, and this year is my final year. It means by the end of the year, October, I need to submit my final thesis. So I don't know. How can you advise me in order to manage my time? Because I'm struggling, I'm working and stuff like that,
Okay, so I'm going to try to really be precise on that. We all have, like, I believe that we all have other commitments. Okay, students maybe not, like especially someone who's just a student and not working. But then for someone who's working, you already know like your daily commitments. If they are 3, the ones that you just can't go, you can't go a day without doing them. So what I would advise is that if you are working as a full-time employee, I am emphasizing this again. Wake up earlier and study at least 2 modules that you know you're going to grasp very quickly. And then you know that when you come back from work, you are tired. You have interacted a lot with people that others you don't even know. You have to like take in that. So when you come back from work, you can take about maybe like 1 hour 30 minutes or 1 hour break, doing something that it's also going to leave you in a good state. Don't take a break on something that after like it's a lot. And you know what I mean is that it could be social media. Don't like if you have to take a walk, take a walk, guys. Walk okay, don't say the walks are only being taken by people who are rich or people who live in suburbs and all that. Do something that you know that it's more like a meditation. And meditation, it can be either cooking, and try to do it without multitasking. When you multitask, everything you like, your mind gets it's now racing, it's working fast. So try to do that thing early one. If you know that you're going to cook and maybe listen to that a very gentle soft music, you can do that. Or you're going to take a shower, it can be a long shower, 45 minutes, it's okay. You know that after you're done, that if your WhatsApp is piling like this, or people, it's okay. You will get back to them. Yeah. The other thing is that, okay, I have touched on how you can go on about your day. Unfortunately, for people like for people like us who have like commitments like that are require our time every day, other things you just have to cut them on, at least visit them on weekends, you see, or just have a very limited time to them. So if you know that you are spending a lot of your time on something that it's not important, it could be social media, again I repeat, maybe 3 hours on social media, then how are you ever going to be able to balance your work and your study life, you see? Yeah. And I remember the other mentee, I was just very hurt about it. She's the only lady at home, and she lives with both her parents, and she has I think 2 kids, and she's working. She also needs to study. She's the one who cooks every day, like no other person who cooks but Anne, every day. And she like you could sense that it was a lot for her. You know what, I would advise that you really relate to your parents, to people you stay with, because there are also siblings, just that they are guys. So you know those like old people that they say a girl should do everything, should clean and should also cook. And I'm like, your brothers need to now help you. If you know that you are the one who's cooking now currently at your home, you are the person who's just like all the time on the pot, or doing some activity that could have done by someone else, you need to now start swapping. You need to work together. It's just a matter of time before you could finish. Yeah. And it's not like they are losing out on anything. That's a good investment. They want to see you prospering. So that needs to happen. So if you are doing any activities that could be done by someone else, please try to work together with those people. Thank you so much.
Okay, yeah, thank you. I think you are right. When I was doing honors, I used to do that. I used to wake up at 2 o'clock, and then you know at 6 o'clock you're done. So it was working. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, you are welcome. Yes. And I know that other people like myself, I can do like function well at night during AMs around 12, even when I was a student, after around 11 to 3 a.m. from 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. That's just me. I work, and I don't sleep during the day. But by the way, I do it unintentionally. Maybe when I was watching a movie and then I pass out. But other than that, I just don't sleep during the day. I don't do it. I haven't been doing it. So also visit your sleeping hours. Don't try to sleep 12 hours in 24 hour day thing. That's a lot. You are wasting time. I'm saying it. I know that sleeping is important, but then we overdo it and we tend to waste time. I remember when I was in Germany, my friend, actually, I felt so good about this, even though it might not be therapeutic to other people, but she said, I sleep 6 hours. 8 hours is just a waste of time. And I'm like, bruh, where have you been? And even myself now, my body automatically, like, I just wake up after 6 hours or 6 hours 30 minutes. But if I go beyond 7 hours, I will yawn the whole day. I'm not that kind of person who gets tired. I don't like unless just it's a lot, and I feel like, my mind is going to explode. But physically, I don't get tired, because I know that my effectiveness of sleeping and waking up active 6 hours 30 minutes, I feel it. So don't want to sleep at 9 or 11 and then you wake up late for that matter, and then again still during the day you take a nap